Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before we start, I would like to talk about um before all of that, if you want to work with me, if you want one-on-one sessions, the link and the details are in the description. Thank you so much. So, today we are again going to talk about manifesting and SP. Now, this is something that I have been thinking about for quite a while, right? When you fall in love with somebody, all of a sudden, their imperfections, their flaws, they become invisible to you. You view them as perfect, correct? But when it comes to us manifesting somebody, we suddenly think, even while they are in love with us, they will still be able to see the flaws, they will still be able to see the imperfections. Why? Why do we do that? Can that person not be in love as much as we are? If they are in love with us, they're exactly like us, right? Our imperfections and our flaws are suddenly not as visible to them as they are to us. Think about it for a second. So basically, our thoughts, the thoughts that we have, they're not personal, they're not private. Everyone is thinking what you are thinking. If you think this person, the person we are manifesting, is not in love with us, they're not in love with us. If they may be in a relationship with you, but if you are doubting that whether or not they are in love with you, they are not in love with you. As simple as that. It is exactly how you say it. And this is not something that is specific to SP manifestation. This is related to everything, every person in our lives. What you are thinking is what they are thinking. And that is the reason why I always say self concept is very, very, very crucial. Because when you work from the self concept, you start changing your self concept. The world around you changes. The people around you start changing their perception of you. And the same thing goes with SP. The moment you change your self concept, your SP starts reflecting that back at you. So the point here is everything is at self concept. If you are loved by all, and it is not specific to that person. If you are cherished by all, but your SP will be the one person who will reflect it the most because he or she is your intimate partner, right? So that's how it goes. Everything begins and ends at self concept. And you can be like, oh, this person is in love with me. This person is, I'm in a relationship, I'm married, and blah, blah, blah. Even after you get married, even after you be in a relationship with that person, the self concept will still keep reflecting back at you. It will still keep doing that. There will be problems. There will be loads of things that you will have to fight off. So why not start at the beginning where everything begins, where on which the things are dependent on? If you want a loving relationship, if you want the relationship to last, to be how you want it to be, you need to start from your self concept. You need to take a look. And self concept is different to everyone. For some people, they are inherently loved, but they're not cherished. They're not respected. Some people are respected, but they're not loved. So I can't sit here and tell you that, okay, just say I'm loved. You may feel loved, but you may not feel respected. You may feel respected, but you may not feel loved. And the feeling that I'm talking about is not the emotions, the things that you feel in the body. It's the knowing. When I tell you, and this is for the people who have a loving mother, when I tell you, when I talk to you about your mom, you know she loves you. You don't feel it in your body. You know she loves you. And that is what I'm talking about, the knowing that she loves you, the knowing that you are loved by her. That is the main point, the knowing. And that is what is known as the feeling. It is not something in your body. It is not an energy. It is not an emotion. It is a knowing. That is what is the feeling that Neville talked about and all the other manifestation teachers talk about. Right. Now, the major hurdle. What do you do in the middle while you're manifesting? You know he or she is yours, but the middle, the 3D. What do? You do nothing. The reason why I say this is if you try to meddle with the middle, if you try to meddle with the middle, you are taking action. You are taking actions that is not inspired. The actions will happen naturally. The actions will happen naturally. Actions are a byproduct of the state that you are in. Actions are not controlled by us, right? The actions are not controlled by us. The feelings are not controlled by us. The emotions are not controlled by us. They are the byproduct of the state that you are in. Now, again, coming back to the point, what do you do in the middle? You do nothing. You do absolutely nothing because you are so consumed by the knowing. You are so consumed by the knowing that you don't have to do anything. I can understand that when you are in the limbo, you are in the wish fulfilled, but the 3D is the opposite or it is not showing results. I know. In that period, distract yourself. The limbo, distract yourself. This is what I do because the 3D is in the face, right? Okay, he is not here, she is not here, and maybe they are with a third person or whatever. During that period, you need to distract yourself. And while doing that, you need to keep a strict mental diet. Keep reminding yourself of your truth. And I'm not saying mindlessly affirming. If that works for you, obviously go for that. But if the thought comes up, maybe you're missing your SP. You can miss your SP. Maybe they're in the office. Maybe they've gone for a trip. You can miss them while being in a relationship. It's not like it is not allowed. But the point is, you know they are with you. Even while you're missing that person, you know they are with you. You know you are in a loving relationship. You know you are happy with them. You know they love you. The knowing, the knowing. And how do you build that knowing? Step by step. Whatever technique you'd like to use. Visualization, SATs, affirmations, robotic affirmations, whatever it is. When you start with the technique, you start with the intent on building the knowing. The 3D world cannot give you anything. It is dead. The 3D world cannot give you anything. It is dead. The moment you look at it, you are serving two masters and you cannot serve two masters. And there is a verse in Bible that says, Father cannot be mocked. What does that mean? He knows everything. You'll say, oh my God, I looked for a moment. But when you looked from the state of lack. You gave it a meaning. If you did not give it a meaning, good. If you did not give it a meaning, good. Maybe you looked at the 3D and you're like, old story. Fuck it. It doesn't matter. Right? Maybe you did not give it a meaning, but if you gave it a meaning and you think it is not going to manifest, everything that goes out of you is going to manifest. So I am not trying to scare you, but you need to be very cautious as to what meaning you're giving anything at any given moment. You may look at the 3D, because we all are looking at the 3D in our day to day lives. But again, what meaning you give it is the most important, right? Now, say for example, I'll give you another example. Say for example, you are manifesting your SP, and you are on a strict mental diet, and you are in the knowing and the wish fulfilled and everything, right? And all of a sudden, there is some Instagram post. What do? You either just let it go, that it is not of relevance, or you change the story and say, oh my god, my SP posted a picture with me. Be as delusional as you want. The 3D can say the polar opposite of what you are affirming, but you can still stick to your story. The choice is yours. Really, in this, the choice is yours. You either spiral, or you still stick to your story no matter what. I had a client, right? And she was in a relationship with this guy for a very long time, right? And then they broke up, and they mutually broke up, right? And after that, this guy, he had a one night stand or something with somebody. I don't know the particulars actually. And after few months, she wanted him back, but he wasn't ready for that, or maybe something. I don't know. But he did not want to be in a relationship with her, with my client. Now, this guy, he had a one night stand with somebody, and she ended up pregnant or something, right? And he was a good guy, basically. So he had to get married to her. All the while, my client wanted to manifest him, right? Now, this guy got married to the woman in question. And after that, like after a month or two of the wedding, my client came to me. Now she's like, this woman is pregnant with his child, and she wants to. I want this guy. I want my guy, but I do not want a child. I'm like, okay, your reality, whatever you want, and I have no one to question it, right? So the first thing I said was, listen, are you ready to give up on everything else and stick to the story no matter what? And she's like, I am ready to do whatever it takes. I helped her through it. It took a few months because her self concept plus the state, you know, her day to day life, because the pregnancy was progressing and whatnot. Eventually, the result was the guy somehow got to know that the woman was lying to him. He, the child was born. It was a boy, I guess. Paternity test was done, and he came to know that he is not the father of the child. Divorce on the spot, as in obviously it took some months, right? Divorce, and all of that happened. Now, when the divorce was happening, he came to her, my client, and he's like, I couldn't stop thinking about you. I was never not in love with you, but this issue, I could not just leave my child fatherless. I had to do something about it, and blah blah blah. Right. And she was the one who picked up the pieces of this guy and all of that. And then eventually the divorce went through, and they both started staying together, and then they both got married. And now she has a daughter with him. The thing is, in this story, this woman, she used to cry. She really used to cry. She used to get so anxious. She used to call me in the middle of the night, like my middle of the night, and I would wake up and I would talk to her, and she would scream cry while affirming, the things that she wanted. And I am going to give my hats off to this woman, because she really stuck to the story irrespective of all the emotions. From the start to the end, it took around 3 months for this thing to actually. But in those 3 months, a lot of things changed. While she was working on her self concept, she went from a job to business. She purchased a house, you know, a lot of things. It was not like she just got her SP. Every aspect of her life started changing just because she started working on her self concept. The mother she was not in contact with for, I don't know, however many years, the mother reached out and apologized for the things that she had done. Her exes started reaching out to her, you know, and she had people asking her out. And in one day, I guess she had three people asking her out. And she herself says that I am not Angelina Jolie. But the moment I started changing my self concept, the things started changing around me. What does it say to you? She stuck to the end. There was a baby in the picture. He was married to somebody else. And now a lot of you are going to come at me and, she broke a marriage and blah, blah, blah. There are multiple, numerous parallel realities. In some reality, they stay together. You get to choose. And you are not screwing with anybody's free will. You are choosing your reality. And if that person wants something, they choose their reality. Everybody gets what they want. Nothing, nobody, nobody's free will is going anywhere. And this is something that I've read so much on the Reddit forums and in the comment section of YouTube as well. SP manifestation is screwing with somebody's free will. It it would have been if there was only one world, and a linear world at that. There are multiple worlds. You can't even count, with minute changes. The choice that you make in any given moment is what makes your reality. So, no, you're not fucking with anybody's free will. And again, there is another topic that I want to touch on today. A lot of people, they say, I can manifest cars, I can manifest money, I can manifest career, I can manifest physical changes. But when it comes to SP, when it comes to love, it is so difficult. The moment you say that, you have affirmed it, right? The moment you say that, you have affirmed it. It is because you think love is difficult. It is because you believe love is difficult. Now, again, people will say, how do we change the belief? By repeating something, by sticking to the new story. That's how you change the belief. You stick to the new story no matter what. And when you begin, your emotions are going to be haywire. Your feelings are going to be haywire. Your conscious mind is going to be out of whack. Your 3D will start fucking with you. But the difference between a winner and a loser in any world, in the manifestation world or in any world, is whether or not you give up. And that's true, right? That is true, right? Whether or not you give up. So if you give up, the moment 3D starts showing you the opposite, or the moment your conscious mind starts fucking with you, you start believing in it, what the conscious mind is saying. The conscious mind is so limited. It is so limited. It only knows what you have experienced in your life. It is the sum total of all the experiences that you've had in your life. It is the sum total of that. And you've had limited experiences, right? So, how can you believe the conscious mind when it doesn't know any better? It is just trying to keep you locked in a cage. And the moment you believe in what it is saying, you confine yourself. What is faith? Faith is trusting the unseen, and at that, trusting in yourself that what I'm saying right now is the truth, and it is going to come back to me no matter what. Yeah, there are a lot of variables: time, 3D circumstances, conditions, and blah, blah, blah. But in this moment, you are perfect. And all you have is this moment. You can either go by the conditions of the 3D or the conditions of your conscious mind, or you choose your end and you stick to it, irrespective of what you see. So, in my previous story, this was not the SP manifestation, obviously, but in my previous story, everything was against me. Every single thing was against me. I did not have my children, but I stuck to my story. And within 4 days, I had my children with me. Within 4 days. And trust me when I say this, every second there was something opposite coming up. Everything was the polar opposite of what I wanted. So, do you have the balls to stick to your story? Can you persist? Is the question. You will get everything you want. The only thing is, you need to persist. And again, if you want to take my opinion, do not just go the route of manifesting a relationship or a marriage. You need to keep your self concept in a place where, after getting the relationship, after getting married, sorry, the car keeps running smoothly. So, when you are trying to manifest an SP, start with your self concept. All right, that's it for today, guys. And I will see you in the next video. And if anyone wants to work with me, the details are in the description. Take care.